Man accused of kidnapping and sexually assaulting a Rockford woman faces new charges. A Winnebago County grand jury indicted Matthew Harkey for attempted first-degree murder. Prosecutors say the 43-year-old kidnapped a woman from her home in Rockford and took her to Roscoe. The victim told police Harkey held her in a basement, beat her, and raped her. She escaped and got help. Harkey was already a registered sex offender in Illinois. He's still being held on a $1 million bond. Local advocates hope the 34-year-old woman's story of survival helps victims find the courage to come forward. Cameron Jacobs joins us in the studio. Cameron, seeking out that help can be a tough step for some victims to take.
Eric, the road to recovery is not a short one for these victims. However, local officials want them to know there is help out there.
It's often difficult for survivors of sexual assault to come forward.
Which is why authorities praised the actions of the woman who says she was able to escape Matthew Harkey.
She did everything that she could do to survive.
Winnebago County State's Attorney Marilyn Height-Ross hopes this case will serve as an inspiration for others who have been victimized.
And if they believe that at this time they are in the mindset to come forward, then we are here, law enforcement is here, my office is here to review the case to try to get justice for those victims who may not have initially reported the crime.
But for victims to work up the courage to report their attackers, Rockford Sexual Assault Counseling's clinical director Erica Engler says it's never easy.
Sexual assault and abuse is a very traumatic thing that happens to a person. And so we want the survivor to be at a place where they feel like they are ready to do the healing work on that.
Engler goes on to tell me that when the actual act of the crime is over is when the real pain of the situation sinks in.
Doing therapy for sexual abuse and assault is hard and it is painful, even though in the end it leads to a hopeful place, a better place, a more healing place.
Engler is relieved that this issue is getting law enforcement attention. However, she tells me some offenders get little to no punishment, and that is something that needs to change.
In general, I think sentences need to be stricter, they need to be longer, and perpetrators need to be held more accountable.
Counseling at Rockford Sexual Assault Counseling is completely free. Engler tells me you don't even need insurance to get help. For more on how you can get help, go to mystateline.com.